hand, wave your hand, wave your hand from the Caribbean. Wave your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand from your number one. For me ready for the competition. You not make intimidation. Hey, woman and man, we have no hand. This is how we play the game. This is how we play.
Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. And the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots have won the 2021 Hero Caribbean Premier League. The Dwayne Bravo captain unit defeated St. Lucia Kings in a gripping finale at Warner Park on Wednesday. Ricardo Chambers provides the details of a rather fitting end to an enthralling tournament.
Third match, the final of the 2021 Hero Caribbean Premier League. The hosts, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots versus the St. Lucia Kings, both contesting their second ever final. The Kings electing to bat Rakeem Cornwall, the bright light in the first 10 overs. The big right-hander slamming 5 fours and 2 sixes in his 43 from 32 deliveries.
So we're seeing the ability to play these types of shots and get maximum reward for it.
Ruston Chase, like he has done the entire tournament, marshal the middle of the innings. Chase matching Cornwall's 43, his coming off 40 deliveries with 4 fours and 2 sixes. And then Kemo Paul, quiet for much of the tournament, turning up in the final with a quick-fired 39 from 21 deliveries. The Kings posting 159 for 7, the third highest score in CPL finals history. The wickets shared for the Patriots, 2 each for Naseem Shah and Fawad Ahmed. Fabian Allen economical with 1 for 17 from his 4. So 160 needed for the Patriots to get, which would amount to the highest ever successful chase in a CPL final, but they were off to a horrendous start.
Oh, straight through him. That one hits the side of the ball, skids on. What a brilliant start, Ruston Chase.
And Ruston Chase had an amazing tournament, including in the field.
Is that a beauty? It is. Republic Bank classic catch of the highest order.
26 for 2 at that stage. Joshua Da Silva steadied the innings with 37 from 32 before falling to a wide Kesrick Williams delivery at 71 for 3. It brought captain Dwayne Bravo to the crease with Sherfin Rutherford, a combination that has worked well for the Patriots, but not today. They could only add 5 runs before Rutherford offered a simple return catch to Alzari Joseph, 4 for 75 in the 11th over. The Kings continued to tighten their grip on the trophy and significantly enhanced their chances with a wicket of Bravo vis-a the bowler. It was 95 for 5 in the 14. And when Fabian Allen was caught for 20, the Patriots were 139 for 6, needing a further 21 to get from 11 balls.
Gabriel strikes and Sammy and Faf du Plessis can feel it.
But Dominic Drakes was still there, and the 23-year-old Barbadian provided the brilliance the Patriots needed. 48 from 24 deliveries, including 3 fours and 3 sixes, and fighting through a nail-biting final over.
A marvelous win for the Patriots. Dominic Drakes, you hero, a true patriot of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Sorry, what's the question?
How do you feel right now?
Always can't explain. Now I was playing for St. Kitts for 3 years, you know. First chance I get really to play the whole competition. I did well. But it's not just me. His brothers, Bravo, you know, Soj, everyone in the team. It's an amazing feeling.
Dwayne Bravo was winning his 5th CPL title and the 4th as captain.
First of all, I say thanks Almighty God for giving us the opportunity to be champions. And I want to commend my team. This is for them. If it wasn't for them, this wouldn't have been possible. So to my entire squad, to the owners, everybody, and most of all the people of St. Kitts, this is for them. They deserve this. They come out in their numbers. And thanks to the government for allowing fans to come into the stadium. There was our 12th man, and this is for them.
Yeah, it's a bit hurtful, but the guys played well. I cannot fault the way we played. We fought right through the end, and unfortunately we couldn't get over that hurdle.
A tremendous final, a magnificent finish to an awesome tournament. The Patriots, finally champions of the Caribbean. Dominic Drakes the hero as St. Kitts and Nevis celebrate being the premier team.
Lance, I'm going to pick up from what the captain, DJ Bravo, said. Of course, he thanked the fans. He said they were the 12th man. And, you know, this just brings me back to the idea that when the matches were played in Trinidad, of course, TKR, they won. And now, I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. St. Kitts and Nevis, they had a couple of fans. They brought in a certain amount of fans. And the fans, they helped their team to victory.
You know, remember the Patriots had started the championship with 5 consecutive wins. So very early in the piece, we saw that this team meant business. They had a bit of a stutter in the middle because after their 5 consecutive wins, they had lost 3 in a row, 2 to the Kings and 1, I think, to the Talawas. But it's just significant how teams rise to occasions on the big moments. I was making the point throughout the series, Mariah, that there are teams that show a sort of skill in chasing runs. The Patriots won 8 games in all in this CPL tournament, including the semi-final and the final.
Yeah.
They chased 7 times in the 8 wins. So there is this discussion, you hear people talk all the time about scoreboard pressure. The Patriots throughout the entire tournament showed themselves as being very adept at seeing a target and chasing the target successfully. And it's been one of the strengths. No team chased better in the tournament than they did for the entire tournament.
Definitely.
And here it is, they were up against the St. Lucia Kings, who had already beaten them twice in the tournament. And when it matters most, they made sure that they beat the Kings.
Yeah, and speaking about strengths, of course, we have to make mention of their captain, Dwayne Bravo, and the fact that, you know, he was able to marshal his troops and get the best out of them. We saw Dominic Drakes today, and he looked so happy and elated in that interview with Alex Jordan. He said he's been with the team for 3 years, finally got the chance to play, and, you know, he's happy that he stepped up when it mattered the most.
You know, Drakes was a tremendous performer for the Patriots. He is the son of Vasper Drakes, a former West Indies fast bowler, and early in the tournament, his bowling skills were coming to the fore. And here it is, he ends the championship by displaying his batting skills, and that's what took them over the line. I want to emphasize that when they were facing the Kings in this final, Mariah, they were up against a team that they knew had beaten them twice before in the championship.
Yeah.
And not only beaten them, but beaten them badly, because they had beaten them by 6 wickets the first time they met with 26 balls to spare. And in the other meeting, the Kings beat them by 100 runs after scoring 220 odd. So they were up against a team that had soundly beaten them the 2 times they had met before. So, you know, for a lot of teams, that could have been, you know, a confidence destroyer for them. But they flipped the coin and delivered a performance here that we all will remember as one of the most exciting finals we have seen in the history of the CPL.
Exactly, and speaking about most exciting, we have to talk about how mouth-watering, of course, the ending of the match was, because, Lance, it was going from the Kings' favour to the Patriots' favour, and it was just going back and forth just like the ball. At one point in time, I said, all right, the Kings got this. It was just a magnificent end to CPL 2021.
Which is why I'm emphasizing the part that Dominic Drakes played, because
it's like when all hope was lost.
Yeah.
He
batted fearlessly, and he batted confidently. And, you know, they owe a lot to this young man. He's only 23 years old. And as you mentioned earlier on in his talk with Alex Jordan, he had been with this team now for 3 years. But this year he stepped up and played a lot more than he had previous years. So I think I think the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots will be very, very happy with what has happened here for Drakes and the entire team, because as he said himself, it was a team effort. You know,
every one of them said that.
Yeah, his contribution was vital. We have to say that. But there were so many outstanding performances for the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots throughout the tournament. And Roston Chase was the player of the series.
He was very impressive.
But he was on the losing team in the final.
And that's all right, Lance, because we win some, we lose some. But what I took away from this, where Roston Chase is concerned, is he has also, when he played as a batsman and he came to the crease, you knew that Roston Chase meant business. This meant that the game was about to change in the favour of the Kings. You know, he took on that very mature leadership role as well with the bat, and I love that about Roston Chase. I enjoyed watching him for CPL 2021.
Yeah, and he's a good all-round cricketer.
For sure.
His outstanding performances in the CPL.
And he got the rewards.
He clinched him a spot on the World Cup, the World T20 squad, because he was never considered a certain pick for T20 cricket for the West Indies. But he was so irresistible in his performance that the selectors have included him in the World T20 squad. And he's just a good all-round cricketer. His out cricket is solid. He bats well. He bowls well. He is a smart cricketer. And disappointing for him that he wasn't on the winning team today. But the St. Lucia Kings had a very good tournament. They were pretty solid throughout the tournament. But the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, after starting the series so well with 5 consecutive wins, as I said, stuttered in the middle part, but came back to the end and delivered, you know, the performances when the time was right in the semi-final and then in the final.
Yeah, and of course, Ravi Rampal, he emerged the leading wicket taker of CPL 2021, a total of 19 wickets. So mention must be made of him as well, as we're mentioning Roston Chase.
Yeah, Romario Shepherd and Odin Smith had 18 wickets as well. And only those three got more wickets than Dominic Drake. So we are talking about Drake's and how well he batted today to secure the title. But he was number 4 in the wicket-taking department for the entire tournament. So, you know, good on the young man, and congratulations to Dominic Drakes and Dwayne Bravo and the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots posse.
Well, I'm ready for CPL 2022. I don't know about you. Well, the CPL is over for 2021, but you can enjoy the European Cricket League on SportsMax. I invite you to check it out. And as we go to the break, who was your player of the tournament in the 2021 Hero CPL T20? Send us a voice note to be played on our show. It's 1876 564 7661.